Welcome back to the competition studio for the 2025 Paderewski International Piano Competition in Bydgoszcz. My name is Jared Dunn, and I will be your host for the competition studio. Today is our first session in the studio, and I have the great pleasure of hosting the competition director, Agata Szpadzińska. Welcome.
Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you for being here. As we've just gotten started this morning, I wanted to feature you and discuss what goes into building an international piano competition, because I think it's a very interesting topic. So just right out the gate, I want to ask, how much work have you been doing for the last year to get us ready for this?
Not the last year, last 3 years, because each edition starts the next day after the last edition. So it's November 2022, and we start the next edition. So it's like 3 years between the competition, and this is like 3 years hard work, organization work, collecting money, sponsors, marketing, and many other things.
How big is the team you have to work with?
Quite small, but very optimistic.
Yeah?
Yes, so we have 5 people, so I think, and during the competition, of course, the staff is bigger, like our great video crew, the sound engineer, and all the guys which are helping and volunteer. We have at least 15 volunteers, so we are very grateful for each help, their private time. But our staff in office is quite small, so 5 people is like very good. Everyone should know everything, so it's like easier to organize everything.
I just want to repeat, there are 5 people doing all the main administrative work for this enormous event.
Yeah, and including the finance manager.
Wow.
So it is like not the 5 people, but because of also the finance page of this everything is also important. So it's 5, including our Katarzyna, our finance manager.
And what's the vision behind all of this? Such a huge event and such an enormous amount of responsibility. So what is your vision?
I think my vision is like to not make bad editions. So each edition should be better. But I think the main goal for me, because this is my 7th competition, so it's like from 2007 was my first one. So I always want that all the participants should feel here at least like a small home, to feel the familiar atmosphere and feel good. I know that this is competition, of course, and they are competing, but I think the familiar atmosphere is very important, that they can feel that we can answer all their questions.
So there must be a lot of emailing that goes into doing this before everyone gets here. How many countries are the pianists coming from?
Now it's 13 countries. It's the first stage is for 43 pianists.
43.
It's from 13 countries. They are registered in the competition office. We accept 51 pianists from 15 countries from over 230 applications. But now we have 43 pianists.
43 came.
Yes.
And I was there in New York on the auditions. What other countries or cities do you have the preliminary auditions?
Yeah, we have very good luck that we can organize the preliminary audition from 2007. So this is our 7th time when we are doing the audition all over the world. So New York, yes, you are our host in New York. It was Warsaw, of course. It is like very easy to find a big city in Poland. Yeah. It was Vienna, Seoul, Shanghai, Tokyo, and Sacile.
And you were traveling for some of these, were you?
Yes, I was in the Asia trip, so it was like intensive 10 days for Tokyo, Seoul, and Shanghai.
When you arrive at the studio in the morning and you have to set everything up and then just sit there all day listening to the pianists, what's your impression?
It's like very nice always to find new impressions, to meet very talented young people, because this is not the... they all are very talented, so it's like very hard for the jury decided who will be accepting. But for me, it's like very nice to talk with them, to learn their stories, their private stories, and listen their music, because it is like 30 minutes of the repertoire of the preselection, and it's also their choice. So it is like always nice to see and hear what they will represent us.
That was something that interested me as a student when I was competing, competitions that allow different types of repertoire. Was there anything in particular that stuck out to you from the repertoire, what pianists tend to select?
During the audition?
Yes.
During the audition, like maybe you will not be surprised that the Etude by Chopin was I think the most often in the repertoire of the audition. Yeah, the Asian, a lot of pianists choose this because this is something which is very interesting, I think, for the music lovers who are listening this. And it's a very characteristic melody, so yeah, a lot of pianists choose this part.
And I noticed today as we were listening to the first few recitals, people are finishing with a very, very long, exciting big piece at the end. Did you notice many people choosing big show pieces?
It depends on the pianist because Paderewski Competition is like 3 choices of repertoire. So Paderewski, of course, like our patron and composer, is in second stage. This is like obligatory, but rest of the repertoire is like individual choice of the pianist. So it is great that they are always find something interesting. We have also the stories from, for example, 2007 when the pianist, the first prize winner, Nikita Mdojans, who was our jury member last competition, during the semi-final, he was performing his own piece, his own composition. So it is like interesting.
Is that the only time that's happened?
Yes, I think so. No, maybe 6 years ago, some pianist from China was also have his small composition. I think, yeah.
That'd be interesting.
But this is not so often, but this is interesting.
It's very interesting.
Yeah, and this is like, we can accept something like that. The jury can ask about the scores if they don't know the piece, but this is, yeah, something we can accept.
That's very interesting, because in the, is it going to be third stage? Semi-final, there's the commissioned work for the competition as well.
Yes, this year the composer is Krzysztof Herdzin, so we are very excited to listen his composition in 10 different possibilities.
Because by then will be only 10 pianists selected, yeah? For some viewers who may not know that process, why does a competition commission a new piece?
Oh, we established it 4 editions ago. So this will be our third composition. We thought that this is something interesting. Henryk Martenka, who is now the honorable director of the competition, thinks that it was something which will be very interesting. And we invite Professor Bargierski, then we invite Michał Dobrzyński, last time was Professor Kulenty, and this time will be Krzysztof Herdzin. So all the composers connecting somehow with Bydgoszcz. So we are very proud that they have their roots or their hearts here in Bydgoszcz.
Yeah, and the competitors have the chance to learn a piece that they can't have ever seen or heard before.
And this will be like premiere because we wrote to them information that this is the piece they should perform first time here during the competition. So it will be like 10 premieres here.
I think that's a really valuable experience because if they're going to become concert pianists, they may one day premiere pieces and have that opportunity, which has been modeled by the competition. I think that's
and for the composers also something interesting because for sure they have some thoughts in their mind how it will look like when someone is playing this, and it will be 10 different people. So we'll see.
Last time at the studio, I asked the composer, what did you think of the performances? It was Professor Kulenty. And she said, I think I wrote a really good piece. That's what I liked.
And she said that I think she has her favorite guy.
Yes,
I remember
exactly this. Yeah.
Yes, she said that, yes, I think about this guy when I was composing this.
I like that in this competition. There's always some new inspirations that are being found by not only the commission, but also the next thing I wanted to ask about. The semi-final has also a concerto, but it's a fairly standard thing to play a Mozart concerto, but everyone needs to do it. So when preparing or designing the repertoire requirements, why Mozart?
Because this is quite a long list of concertos, so the pianist can choose something like that, and they can play with Kapela Bydgoszczyńska, so it is like chamber orchestra for 20 people. So it is like chamber concert for the orchestra, and in the finals they would like big orchestra. So it is like difficult program because they have to prepare 2 concertos. So we thought that it will be challenging, but this is like the main goals of the competition, that find something which will be challenging for pianists, not too easy.
And specifically Mozart is such a refined style, and to play all these huge programs beforehand, and then just before the final to have to play something very precise, very exact, and with chamber orchestra, the type of listening you do is so specific. I think this is a good repertoire choice.
Yeah.
I would like now that we can hear for the second time a little excerpt from this morning's program. There was a wonderful finishing piece. We were talking before about the competitors finishing with something big, of the Liszt Rigoletto paraphrase. Can we have that excerpt now? A relatively short clip, but kind of standard for this morning, was the competitors finishing with a really big showpiece. I was curious, as we were listening this morning, what goes into the selection of the members of the jury in a competition like this?
Oh, the jury is like always something interesting, because we don't know how will they judge all the pieces, all the choices. So it's always fun to have professors from different countries. So they are teaching in different places. They have meeting different students. So it is always interesting to see how they can judge it, and then what will be the result.
And in the selection process, as the director, are you part of this process?
No, we have the pre-selection jury. So the Professor Parchner was the chairman of the jury, and we have 4 jury members. They watch all the recordings, and they have very hard choice to find this at least 40 pianists, because our rules said that we should accept 40 pianists to the first stage. We always accept a bit more, because usually something happens. Maybe they have exams, they have different concert obligations or other competitions, so we always accept a bit more. So now we have 43, so it was a good decision to accept 51 pianists.
And I think it's interesting, the different professors and artists on the jury all are coming from different backgrounds as well. They don't all view music exactly the same way. I was on a competition panel once, and somebody asked us, what do you do about all the differences of opinion? How do you reconcile them? And somebody on the jury said for all of us, oh, we don't. We're all different people.
Yeah, exactly. So they don't have to think what will be my friend's vote, because this is not important. For them, it should be important how will I vote for someone.
Their voice.
Yes, their voice, because this is the secretary of the jury job to collect all the voices and all the votes. And they should listen, and they should focus on what they like.
That's an interesting point, because recently there's been a lot of talk on the internet and in articles about jury scoring and how it works and everything. Do you have any thoughts on how this competition sets up the jury scoring and the rules of the jury?
We have the regulation of the jury, they accept it, so we will publish the scores after the competition, so each of you, you can read and see the statistics and how the jury voting. So it is interesting, I think, for all of the people to see. But it will be at the end of the competition.
I'm also curious that I know in Paderewski, jurors' relatives or students, and some rules are around surrounding who can be eligible or not eligible.
Yeah, we try to do. We add this point, I think, 3 or 4 editions ago, that we don't accept students which have classes, teachers among the jury members. So they cannot participate if their jury members are their teachers from 3 years from the competition. So I think it is very good. So not to exclude anyone from voting.
Yes, so it means basically that the people that are competing, none of them can have an active relationship with the jury. It's pretty fair.
Yes, I think so.
So you've talked several times about the different editions that you've been a part of. How did you come to be part of the Paderewski Association?
By coincidence, really. Really. Completely by coincidence, but I started in 2005. This is my 20-year anniversary of working for the Paderewski Music Association this year, September. So, thank you, dziękuję. So it is 20 years. This is my 7th competition, 11th edition of Paderewski Piano Academy Masterclass. We met during the Paderewski Piano Academy. So it was 11th edition of the Masterclass for the pianist with symphony orchestra. And lots of concerts. When I started to work for the Paderewski Association, we had maybe 8 recitals, concert a year in our concert, very small chamber concert hall in our office. Now we have 40 a year.
40?
40, yeah.
40.
40.
Wow.
Yes, 40 a year.
So you have a busy office.
Yes, we have a busy office. Sometimes we have 2 or 3 concerts a week. Yeah, really. During in January or in May, because when students want to practice their repertoire for exams, for example, and when they come to us asking if they can perform, we always say yes, because this is only our time that we can come to work a bit later. So invite our music lovers, our music association members for the concert. So we always say yes if someone wants to perform.
It's a strong association then, very strong.
Yeah.
I remember last competition 3 years ago, Dang Tai Son was giving a masterclass in the association sometime after hours or something.
Yes.
Is that going to happen in this week as well?
No, this time not. We didn't plan this, but sometimes we had in the history of the competition that we had the masterclass for pianists who didn't qualify to the next stage. So sometimes we are planning something like that. Now we don't have such plans.
And one of the last questions I have is kind of similar. Now you are the director of Paderewski Association. That's very exciting. I asked you, how did you become part of the association? And now I want to ask, when did the studio start? When did you start holding these competition studios?
The competition studios, I think it's like from 2016, I believe. I don't remember, but for sure, our competition studio was before the Chopin competition have their own studio. So for sure, we have reviews on the website and the competition studio from at least 2016, and I'm not sure if it was in 2013 even. So we have a long history with competition studio.
Which is a wonderful element for pianists here. They get to be reviewed.
Yeah.
Someone is writing about them. This time we have Amanda Walschlager, and every performer goes on stage. Even if they don't pass, they will get something in writing from the competition about their playing.
Sometimes I'm observing in the internet, because now we can see each other on Facebook, even if we have long distance friendship.
Yes.
So even I saw our finals of the competition from 2019. She had reviews on her biography, writing by Agata Nowakowska, she is our host of our Polish studio. This will be 3rd Polish studio hosting by Agata. So our first prize, she was finals of the competition, and first sentence in her biography is words of Agata. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yes. Wow. This was because Agata is writing only in Polish, but it was her words in English. Yeah.
Which means that the reviews are really important to the competitors. They can use this. I think the whole competition, really, you prepare such a huge repertoire, and you play solo and chamber orchestra and symphony orchestra. It's a good material for a career. Before we finish, I would just like to revisit another interesting performance from this morning, a performance from Sunmin Kim, a Korean pianist, playing Prokofiev Third Sonata. playing. Nice to hear it. I have two final quick questions for you. We're now in the campus of the new Akademia Muzyczna. Big change because the last few editions have been on the old campus. Yeah. How do you feel in this new space?
Yes, it's very beautiful. I hope it will be very interesting for our music lovers all over the city and in Poland, because everyone are interested in this building. It was a lot of people in the day, first day when they opened the building for public, for people, and so we have 4 excellent concert halls. A lot of concerts are planned. So our audition is from Monday till this week, this Sunday, free admission for everyone, so everyone can come here and listen our pianist live. So I think it will be very interesting and good opportunity to come to see new campus for those who haven't time yet, because tomorrow is Independent Day, so it's like day off in Poland. So I think it's a very good time to go for a walk and listen good music.
Wonderful. And lastly, I got this question in advance from one very interested person. How exhausting is it to do all the work that you do?
It's very exhausting. It's very exhausting. It's like I said, this is not 1 year, it is like 3 years, but last month is very exhausting, but it's very exciting. It's like you have to like this job, organization job, because it is like always, there are at least 2 doors and you have to think about it, what is, you know, when you open this door on the left or open this door on the right, and you have to have a few, you know, story. What will you do?
Do you still enjoy it?
Yes, of course.
Yeah. It's a wonderful, wonderful initiative, and you have incredible organization. I've noticed it after working with you for several years. So I want to thank you very much for joining me here in the studio and for organizing this wonderful competition. And thank you to all of the listeners and viewers. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow when our next competition studio session will happen. We'll be featuring Dr. Molly Gebrian, a performance psychologist and neuroscientist. See you then. Thank you very much.